Hi everyone, good evening to one and all. I would like to welcome my near and dear ones, my colleagues, and my respected faculties. Today, I would like to present a presentation on the topic called as capacity planning, which comes under subject manufacturing resource planning and control. So, without going into any delay, let's start with the topic. Now, what is capacity planning? Capacity planning is a process of determining the production capacity needed by an organization to meet changing demands for its product. The basic question in capacity handling are what kind of capacity is needed exactly. Okay, so here we can consider the number of the products or the volume of the products which are exactly needed. Fine, how much is needed? Exactly, what is the particular requirement of that product, okay, and when it is been needed. Is it required in coming week, in coming month, or in a coming year, or is it a seasonal wise requirement? Fine. Now, what is the importance of capacity planning and capacity decisions? The first one which comes is it impacts the ability to meet future demands, affects operating cost, involves long term commitments. Fourth one is affects competitiveness, and fifth one is affects ease of management. Fine. This is generally an importance of capacity decisions. What is capacity? Design capacity. Okay, maximum output rate or service capacity an operation, process, or facility is designed for. What is effective capacity? It is generally a design capacity minus allowances such as personal time, maintenance, and scrap. Okay, and what is the actual output? The rate of output actually achieved, that is, cannot be exceed efficient capacity. We will generally see that the actual output is always less than effective capacity. Fine, and effective capacity is generally less than design capacity. Design capacity is generally larger, then comes the effective, and then comes the actual output. Okay, now here by using a formula we can see the efficiency. Now, what is the efficiency? If we take the actual output of the particular product and divide it by an effective capacity, we will get an efficiency. Fine. What is utilization? Utilization we will get when we compare two aspects, that is actual output and design capacity. Fine. When we divide actual output upon design capacity, we will get the utilization. Both major aspects are in percentages. Fine. Now we will take an example. Fine. See, if I am planning to have a capacity of 50 trucks. Fine. So I should have that much space. Fine. First thing, I must have that much capital to buy 50 trucks. Fine. Now, what is the effective capacity? As I earlier said, it is always less than design capacity. Fine. Effective capacity will be 40 trucks which will be coming per day. Fine. And what will be the actual output? It will be less than effective capacity. That means 39 units per day. Fine. Now, if we do the same thing and if we calculate the efficiency of the particular things, see how we will get it. What is the actual output we have? That is 36 units per day. Fine. And what is the effective capacity we have? That is a 40 trucks of 40 units per day. So when we divide 36 units by 40 units per day, we will get 90% efficiency. Fine. Now, what is the actual utilization? If we see that given inputs, that is 36 units per day is an actual output, when we divide the same with the design capacity, that is of 50 trucks per day, we will get that is 72%. So it will be 72%. Fine. Now, what are the determinants of effective capacity? First comes is the facility, that is the equipment and the tools. Fine. Second one is the product and the service factors. Third one comes the human factors. Fourth one comes operational factors. Fifth one is supply chain factor, and seventh one comes as an external factor, that is the environment and all and the policies. Fine. Key designs of capacity planning. Now, while producing anything, any product into a particular organization, we need to think of the amount of the capacity needed. Fine. So, what is the desired quantity we need to produce? Now, second one, the key decisions in the capacity planning comes is the timing of the changes. Fine. What is the exact deadline to produce a particular product? Or we need to change this same in order to increase the rate of the production. Okay, or we need to increase the same. Need to maintain balance. Fine. Extend the flexibilities of facilities. We need to extend the flexibility of facilities. That is, we need to see the ease of doing work. Fine. Now, what are the steps for capacity planning? First is the estimate future capacity requirement. See, if we plan any organization or any product production rate of any product, in initial stage it will be less. Fine. And if we do marketing, if we improve your product services, fine, eventually it will have a huge demand in coming future. So you must estimate the future capacity requirement of the particular product. Fine. Second comes to the evaluate existing capacity. Now you should always evaluate the existing capacity. What is the exactly capacity you have currently with you, and what will be the capacity you will be required, you will be needed in the coming future. Okay. Third one comes is to identify alternatives. You must always think of the alternatives so as to reduce the cost of production. Fine. Conduct financial analysis. You must always conduct a financial analysis to get the things in an aligned and a particular structured manner, which will help you to increase the profitability of the business. Fine. We must have access keys qualitative issues. Select one alternative, implement alternative chosen, and monitor result. After choosing an alternative, one must implement the same. Okay, and after getting the result, one must monitor the result as well. Now, economies of scale. What is economies of the scale? Economies of scale is if the output rate is less than the optimal level, increasing output rate results in decrease in average unit cost. See what it says. If the output rate is less than the optimum level, if we set an optimal level of 100 and the output rate is less than it, if we consider it is the 90, then the increasing output rate results in decreasing average unit cost. Fine. So it will result in loss eventually. The economies of the scales. If the output rate is more than the optimal level, increasing the output rate results in increasing average unit cost. It will increase the cost of the per unit. Fine. Evaluating alternatives. Now, on the x-axis we see the output rate, on the y-axis which is the average cost per unit. Fine. The small plant will require more cost per unit and output rate will be less. When we increase a plant in near future, we will see that the average cost per unit decreases and the output rate increases. If the same thing happens and we set up a large plant of the same product, so we will see the average cost per unit will get decreased and the output rate will get maximized. Fine. Now, cost value relationship. See, it is generally based on the two aspects, that is amount and the volumes. Fine. You always produce and you always manufacture a product into a particular volume. Fine. So what is the amount required to produce a particular volume? That is, first comes is the variable cost. Fine. And second comes is the fixed cost, which is initially needed at every stage. So for the production of particular units, the total cost will be VC plus FC. Okay, and it will eventually give you the total revenue of the particular industry or the organization. Now, assumptions of the cost value analysis. One product is involved, everything produced can be sold. Fine. Variable cost per unit is the same regardless of the volume. Fixed cost does not change with volume. See, fixed cost remains constant. Fine. Revenue per unit constant with volume. revenue per unit exceeds average cost per unit. Okay, so thank you guys. I hope you enjoy the presentation. We'll be seeing you soon in the next presentation. Thank you. Thanks a lot.